Okay, since where did we leave? Oh yeah, right there here. Hello again. I'm gonna start dubbing The World Meets Canada by Patient Harmony once again. And today we're gonna just start off from chapter 6 since I don't care for what I do at this point. Anyways, the first chapter is now. Chapter 6. Techno. Oh my god. Okay. Canada sighed, walking into the meeting room. He would be spending the day without his uncles, and he was nervous. It had been nice having company that didn't ignore him, and now he would be able to see whether or not the spell worked. He hugged Kumijiro tightly, searching for a place to sit. There were also wait, there were already a number of nations in the room, but none that Canada was familiar with. Canada jumped when he suddenly got a text, and he took out his phone to see the message. But someone crashed into him, sending his phone to the ground. Yo, sup, bro? America said. Didn't see you there. Hey, America. Canada greeted, avoiding America's eyes and trying to ignore the words. America threw his arm around Canada's shoulder and he flinched. So, listen, you're coming to lunch with me, Fred, and Icky, right? America asked. Uh, haha, thought so, America said, moving to the side low. Round Canada's phone. Ow! Canada exclaimed as America lifted his foot. Oops, America said, though his tone sounded flat. The phone screen is completely cracked, and no matter how many times Canada pressed a button, the screen remained dead. Yeah, so see you at lunch, America said, walking away. Canada cradled his phone, trying to revive it with no success. He usually wasn't this hung up about his phone, but he hadn't had a chance to read the message, a message that was actually sent to him. Need some help? Canada turned around to see Estonia looking at him with slight concern. Oh, Estonia, Canada said, standing up. How good are you at fixing phones? Estonia adjusted the glasses, eyeing the Canadian. I'm pretty good, Estonia said. I work on it a little during break. That's alright with you. I should be able to give it back to you tomorrow. Thank you, Canada said in relief. You're really helping me out, but why? Estonia chuckled. I see how America pushed you around just now, Estonia explained. It kind of reminds me about my time under Russia. Call it empathy if you will. Point is, I'm willing to help someone out who's been bullied by a superpower as long as I don't have to go directly against that superpower, Candace slumped, holding Kumijiro tighter. Am I really being bullied? Candace asked. Yep, Kumijiro said, and Candace sighed. I'll get this fixed as soon as possible, Estonia said, referring to the phone. Were you expecting a call or something? I didn't get the chance to read my message, Candace sighed. All right, I'll make sure it's still here, but don't worry, I won't read it. Thank you again, Estonia. It's no problem, Mr. Canada, Estonia said. I'm all too happy to help. Canada beamed when Estonia called him by his name, and the Estonia went to his seat, Candace sighed, looking around for a place to sit. Near America was out, so where else? He sighed going towards the empty seat that didn't have a lot of people around it. He hoped that no one would ask him to move just so they could sit with someone else. Of course, he would do it as usual, but it still was like a slap in the face or the ass. Anyways, always moved around, no one caring about how lonely he was as he was excluded. Canada looked at America, who flashed him a bright smile, and Canada looked away. Was he really being bullied? He thought back to all the times he spent with America, how America would quickly grow bored of playing with him as kids, and how he would always play rough with him, even if Canada asked him to be a little gentler. To all the times when America would ignore him or act as a thought, as though he was a ghost. To all the times Canada started to say something, only for America's words to drown them out. Was America doing it intentionally or not? He gripped Kumijiro tighter. as tears started to fall. The bear looked up at him before leaning over and licking his cheeks. Canada chuckled sardonically at the action. Same old, eh? Canada asked. It's going to be better, Kojiro said. You'll make friends. I don't think so, Canada said. In what context did America say that he didn't see him? Mexico was walking towards the meeting room when she felt a hand on her shoulder. She frowned before turning around to whoever was off for simply touching her like that. She blinked the frown away when she recognized the nation standing behind her. It was Amatio's uncles. See? Mexico asked the nation standing behind her. Aye, Swan said. And you're the kind like his sister, right? She pouted. I hate that kind of part, Mexico said. Could Spain have gotten a piece of Canada instead of America? Guess he didn't like the cold. But listen, there's something important I need to ask you. Oh? Yeah. How would you describe May's relationship with England, France, and America? In a word? Abusive. I see. So you think that the three of them are bad for him? Think? I know! I've seen them around him. Yeah, oh, he's not there. No, they occasionally acknowledge him. And someone else wants to speak to Mikio? I have seen them distract that nation or you would intimidate them. And most of the nations don't want to deal with them, so they leave Mikio alone. And he's with them most of the time, so he doesn't realize the other nations want his company because they're avoiding the trio and his responsibility. No, we nations speak on what others perceive us to be, or how they treat us. I see. Mexico, can I ask you a favor? It depends on what the favor is. We're trying to get Mayday to make more friends, and we need to keep England, France, and America away from him. Say no more. I'm on it. Thanks. And no, and chapter notes this time. Wow, that's a refreshing thing to see. Man, what's next? Drugs or nothing? Chapter 7. Sweet and innocent. Canada was idly doodling on his pad of papers as he waited for the meeting to commence. He tried to forget his encounter with America earlier that morning, but without success. What exactly did America mean when he said that he couldn't see him? He sighed, thinking about the text. Who had sent it? What did they want? He felt bad that he couldn't think of a single person that sent him the text. Well, that wasn't entirely true. There were some he could think of, but I like your drawings, a voice interrupted him. He jumped before he turned around to see Liechtenstein. She giggled at his actions. Canada discreetly checked to see if Switzerland was around. Last of that? Liechtenstein asked. Yeah, sorry about that, Canada said. You have no reason to apologize. Is this seat taken? Canada blinked in surprise before he shook his head. She flashed him a smile before sitting in the seat next to him. Where's Switzerland? Canada asked. Brother's running late, Liechtenstein said. He forgot something back in his room, and he only realized that we were standing outside the door. He told me to find a place to sit while he ran back to get it. What did he forget? Canada asked. I don't know. He didn't tell me. So, why are you sitting here all alone? Canada said. I'm used to it, he said. I don't know. I don't know that many people. And the ones I do know aren't here yet. Oh, I see. Um, you're Mr. Canada, right? Oi, are you Liechtenstein? That's right. I like your bear. Candace looked at Kumajiro's lap and smiled, seeing the bear watching Liechtenstein. Would you like to pet him? He asked, looking back at Liechtenstein. She beamed. She reached out her hand to stroke Kumajiro, carefully petting the soft fur. Kumajiro closed his eyes, telling Kanda that he was enjoying the attention. He seems to like you, Kanda said. Really? Liechtenstein asked. I'm glad. Kanda noticed movement in his peripheral vision, and he looked up to see Netherlands approaching him. He smiled when he saw the Dutchman. Liechtenstein turned to see who was approaching. Hello, Marius. I butchered that so horribly. Oh my god, I butchered that so horribly. Netherlands greeted. Did you get my message? Were you the one? Ken started. I'm sorry, I didn't get to see it. America broke my phone. Netherlands glanced over towards America's direction. It was hard to see whether or not he was glaring at him. The Dutchman glanced back at Canada, and then looked and his eyes softened. I was inviting you to lunch, Netherlands said. Oh, Canada said. America. He's first, Computer interrupted. What do you mean? Scarf Guy sent the message before Hamburger Boy told you. Scarf Guy invited first. Canada blinked at Kumajiro's logic. It actually made sense. It actually made sense. That's settled, Netherlands said, starting to walk away. Why don't you sit here? Canada called back Netherlands. Liechtenstein, Netherlands said. Switzerland intends to shoot me if I'm within 5 meters of her. I'll see you at lunch. Okay, Canada said before he turned back to Liechtenstein. Brother doesn't like him. She explained. He's pretty high on Brother's do not trust list. Or shoot his ass on sight list. And what about me? Oh, you're one of the nation's brother recommends making friends with. Said that you couldn't hurt me if you wanted to. Miss Ukraine likes you, and brother trusts Miss Ukraine. Kansas smiled in relief, happy to know that he wouldn't get in trouble with Switzerland about Liechtenstein. So you good friends with Mr. Netherlands? Liechtenstein asked. Yeah. Said I helped him free him during World War II, and also he gave his royal family refuge. Also made sure that the princess would be born Dutch. It's not much, but we've been friends ever since. He wasn't trying to brag, but as he said, he couldn't help but feel the Netherlands thought that he was indebted to his Canada. Was their friendship only a way for Netherlands to pay off his debt? Would their friendship last only until that time? How can you say it's not much? Liechtenstein asked, interrupting Canada's thoughts. I think it's more than you need to do. I can see why brother thinks you'd make a good friend. She had Oh my gosh, no. She had a blush on her cheeks, and her words caused Canada to acquire a Sir! He looked back to the table, which had been filled up with more nations, but there was still some time before the meeting began. And I'm about to dog on myself and Luxembourg. I'm a, I'm a punch him. I'm a punch him. Get away from my son. Anyways, he smiled when he saw Melosia speaking to Luxembourg. He could clearly see his younger brother's blush. In fact, pardon, everything about Melosia's body language told Canada that he was nervous. But Luxembourg's body language told Canada that he didn't mind my nation's cup. Yes, I am dead ass. Not even 2 chapters after the fourth one, and I'm still in the dog. You know what? I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna crash out on my own stupidity. Who are you looking at? Should I ask? Melosia, Canada explained. He kind of my little brother. I'm just glad he's doing better today. Each time was absurd, Canada. She would admit that he was rather handsome. No, that wasn't quite. She would use pretty, perhaps. Each time. You too young! You're too young! Get away from the. I hope. I hope this doesn't go south. I hope it doesn't go south. I. This is the first time I'm reading it in a while, too. It's been a while. And he was kind. He had spoken about what he had done for Netherlands, and he still believed that wasn't much. And he seemed to be generally apologetic about not reading Netherlands' message. He was concerned about his younger sibling. He seemed to be really good with animals, and Switzerland liked him. Or at least didn't hate him. Canada was one of the nations Switzerland wouldn't try to shoot. And that was saying something. And Ukraine liked him too. She trusted Ukraine's judgment almost as much as Switzerland's. Hey, looking up from above, huh? Wait, are we in the lower levels or something? I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I am just out of it. Liechtenstein glanced away from Canada for a brief moment to see someone else approaching, sitting down at the seat on the other side of Candace. Liechtenstein's hands curled into fists. The nations in the world! There has to be one nation that could bring out Liechtenstein's nasty side. Dog! Who is it? Who is it? No, no, no. Who is it? I want to see. Oh my god. Chapter 8. There were only a few minutes left before the meeting would begin, and Canada and Liechtenstein had fallen into a comfortable silence. Both were quiet by nature, so it wasn't surprising. Liechtenstein smiled when Switzerland came to sit in the seat on her other side. The two siblings were chattering with each other, leaving Canada to his own thoughts again. Then Sean's other side cleared her throat, and Canada turned to face the other female. Why were we just referring to her as as a female? That doesn't sound right. Seeing as it was Czech Republic. Can I help you? Canada asked. I just, I just can't see how you could talk to that whiny little Hey! Shut your mouth. You were married to a boy who wanted the hyphen inside the name. You can't be speaking. You got divorced for a reason, Chuck said. Canada blinked in surprise before he turned back to Liechtenstein, who was still speaking with Switzerland. Turned back to the Czech. Why do you say that? Canada asked. You ever heard how much she goes on and on about her brother? Chuck scoffed. Canada smiled sadly, looking towards America. It must be nice to have a brother that does so much for you, Canada said. You're so grateful to them, and your brother could keep you safe. Chuck looked at him oddly before she followed his gaze. She narrowed her eyes when she saw America. She wondered what he meant by that. I'm sorry, Chuck said. But who are you? Canada flinched. And Chuck widened her eyes at the reaction. I'm Canada, said Cornsmouth, twitching with a sad smile. I'm sorry that I offended you, Chuck said. It's alright, I'm used to it. Chuck couldn't help it. She had the urge to reach out and hug him. But that wasn't what she usually did. She planned all her moves beforehand. She did not act on impulse. Are you alright, Mr. Canada? Lichtenstein asked. Oh, yeah, I'm fine, Canada said, smiling at Lichtenstein. Chuck glared at the other female nation who seemed just a little bit smug for Chuck's sake. Chuck's sharp eyes saw Lichtenstein place a concerned hand on Canada's arm. She then glanced towards Switzerland. Switzerland was glaring at her. They was ignoring Lichtenstein's hand on Canada's arm. The moment she was a bigger threat to Lichtenstein to Canada. Oh my god. Interesting. She then turned her attention to America again, and she was started to see him looking towards Canada with an angry expression on his face. She didn't know why America was looking at her brother. Looking at his brother like, oh my god. My brain is confuzzled again. His gaze flickered to her, and she immediately looked away. Her eyes widened when a starting thought started to take root in her mind. She turned to Canada, who was doodling on his papers. Canada, Chet prompted. Let me ask you something. Smiled at her, a shy and bright smile. You can ask me anything, Canada said. How does America treat you? Chet asked. Canada's smile fell and looked down. She confirmed for herself that her thought was true. America didn't treat Canada right. That was why he said that. Think about having a brother that did so much for your sibling, because he didn't have one like that. Though he tended to be annoying at times, she was happy to have Sylvain. He was a great brother. I know, I know, no way. I mean, it was 2019. Most people just seen the anime, but this person has also read the manga, right? Didn't they say they were like married? Why are they brothers? Why are they siblings suddenly? I don't even know anymore. We're just gonna just pretend that the brother part doesn't exist in this fanfic, or do. I don't care at this point. Just please, someone save me for my own torture. I'm torturing myself as of now with this. Oh my god. Even she couldn't predict his actions like she could. So many other things. He let her see that it was alright to be spontaneous every now and again. She found that she wanted to be spontaneous with Kanda. Oh, she wanted to reach out and hug him. To talk about the sadness in his eyes. He looked so fragile and vulnerable. She wanted to protect him in a sense. She wanted to make sure no one would ever hurt him again. She wanted to include Kanda in a range of calculations. She smiled when she realized that there was one way to do that. You would need to get to know him. So Canada, Chick said, drawing the Canadian's attention. You're North American nation, right? That's right, Canada said. Northernmost. It's pretty cold in my country. It's perfect for hockey. Chick's eyes wide and she smirked. So you like hockey? She asked. Of course, Canada said. And I know that you in Slovakia like it too, right? Yeah, she said. No. Oh, I'm actually surprised, and that doesn't happen very often. Okay, favorite food, pancakes with maple syrup. What's maple syrup? Kanta's eyes widened and checked blinked the surprise. How could you not know what maple syrup is? She's European, Kanta. She's European. Most Europeans don't know what syrup is. Jokes. Jokes. I am joking with this. A lot of Europeans make a lot of assumptions about America, so why can't I do the same now? It's like bottled happiness together with pancakes. It's the most delicious thing in the world. It can take away all of life's bitterness and. Alright, checks like giggling. I'm sorry about my ignorance. Just have to show me some time. Ken said, I should have a bottle of maple syrup. He said, reaching to his coat pocket. Chick was once again surprised as he produced a bottle and he handed it to her. She stared at it for a moment before squirting a drop of syrup onto her finger, bringing it to her mouth. Her eyes widened as her tongue made contact with the sweet syrup. And Candace smiled. And this time Chuck could see some happiness on his face. It's good, Chuck said. Give the ball back to Candace. I'll have to try pancakes sometime. Well, there's a coffee shop nearby that serves pancakes, Candace said. But it has to be the cheap. But they have the cheap fake syrup. Mine is the real deal. I'm having lunch from the Netherlands. Come with us if you like, and then we can go there. She smiled at the invitation, though she was a little irked to find out no one's would be coming along. Ah, yes, the tall Dutchman of the seas. Ah, yes, that Dutchman. Yes, check. Obviously, he's gonna come with him. Obviously, that's just been the whole thing so far. But she could learn more about Canada. That was all good. She felt someone nudge her other side, and she turned away from Canada to look at Slovakia, a frown on her face. What? She asked. What are you doing? Yes. Making me friend. Looks like flirting to me. Damn. She turned back to look at Canada, who was speaking for just a second. Maybe I am. Now we're at the author's notes. Yay! Yippee! We're at the author's notes to see what insanity can go on here. Author's notes time, yay. Okay, so when the author first wrote this, there wasn't a lot of information on Czechoslovakia then. Simply run Czech for the sake of convenience. Dang it. So was a Czech Liechtenstein didn't get along, but we haven't seen too much of that in canon. Just a reminder, they owe Liechtenstein money. I have to see Czech and Slovakia siblings, even if it has been really confirmed yet. Maybe complete the manga first. Complete the chapter first. Complete the manga. They're married in canon. They're not even siblings. They're married. They're actually married. They were married at one point, and they got divorced. So that I don't know what their situationship is nowadays. Who knows? It's so old. Her money's right, wrong. I don't even know anymore. I'm crashing out. Chapter 9: Pancakes versus Waffles. Candace sighed in relief when lunch finally came. During the meeting, they had been 15 fights, 6 of which involved England, France, slash or America. And finally, they could get away from it all. Candace stood, and you barely had a chance to speak to Chuck when America tackled him in a hug. Hey, matey, America said. So we're going to lunch now? Actually, Canada began. Great! America said. Now let's drag Canada away. Like a boss when he's interrupted. Mexico. And where do you think you're going? Gringo? America, Mexico asked. Was from my brother. And did he actually say yes? Come on, there's only me who ever seen it. Oh, let go, because that's from America's group. And then there was Chuck calmly walking up to America before she grabbed his ear, earning a yelp of pain. Yeah. America released Canada as he tried to rescue the grip on his ear. What the heck? America said. Mexico was laughing at America's misfortune. Canada was putting up some distance between him and America. Canada invited me to go to lunch with him, Chuck said. So who's going to the Netherlands? Not you. What made me invite you, America asked. Chick twitched before she spoke. Because I've had pancakes with maple syrup before Canada offered to let me try with authentic maple syrup. America pulled away from Chick, glanced at the European. And who are you supposed to be? He asked. I am the Czech Republic, she said. Never heard of it. Her eyes narrowed as she looked like she was about to launch herself at America again. They have. It's not shown up with Belgium behind him, glaring at him. I think that's enough, you bitch. No, he didn't say the you bitch part, but you're outnumbered, and your prince is out on one. Now leave, you zit stain. America glared at them before looking around. He saw 4 nations glaring at him. Reasons why they were glaring at him, but he's watching as well. And he seemed to be reluctant to get closer towards America. Samir was also glaring at America. Maddie? America said. Come here, girl. America mirrors us. You know what? You suck, Ella brother. You too! America said, stalking away. Shut your bitch ass up, America. You know damn well you're worse than him. And this fanfic, obviously. Candace slumped, and the other nations turned to him. Mexico walked closer. Don't listen to that stupid gringo. Mexico said, oh my gosh, I keep getting their names mixed up. Why? It's the me. It's the me part. It's the me part. It's the me part. It's the me part. A me. See? He's the one that sucks, brother. Not you, but that. Come on. Mexico said, turning to others. You were going to take him out to lunch? See? Nose nodded before he glanced towards Belgium. My sister decided to bite herself along her 7 points. Ah, it's sibling rivalry. Kid perked up. Great. Is that more the merrier, eh? Mexico chuckled. So I see you making new friends, big deal. Phil said, well, I'll be leaving you now. I'll tell Spain that I'd be eating lunch with him and Romana. Promise Romana I'll spare her from Spain. Save me from my father. Please. This man raised me when he was 16 and I was a child. Please save me. Disclaimer. If you like certain chips or don't like stuff here, and I don't like stuff, you don't have to respond. Please do not tackle me to the ground for something I say or do. I just don't like certain chips. I just don't. You don't like certain chips, I don't like certain chips. We don't gotta fight, we can just be quiet and just shut up about it, okay? Hi. Michaela smiled as she left and turned to Nolan's. I kind of promised to check that I'd introduce her to pancakes with maple syrup. But said, there's a coffee shop that has it. You don't mind, do you? Nolan's glanced towards Chuck for a second. Not all, said. Although it might have been better if it was your pancakes. Unfortunately, I don't have all the ingredients, Candace said. I didn't get a chance to do some shopping yet. Well, Belgium objected, looking at those. You want the pancakes? The waffles? Looked at the Belgium, he didn't answer. Just returned to the king. If you're speaking of the coffee shop that I think you're speaking of, she said, okay, then there are waffles as well. How about two of us change? I order pancakes and you'll order waffles. What? Kenneth blinked but nodded his head. He and Belgium had a few confrontations about the matter before. Of course, he's so firm by his belief that pancakes were the best. Aren't pancakes just aren't waffles just pancakes with abs though? Like, aren't they just buff pancakes with muscle on them basically? Anyways, as they were walking, Chuck turned to him. Oh, what exactly is your human name? She said. I think I heard variations, but Ken chuckled. It's Matthew, he said. Oh, you can call me Clara. Clara, if you want. Clara, it's a nice name. Chuck's cheeks burned red, and both Belgium and Netherlands threw that looks. Why'd sudden interest in Machios? Lawrence asked his sister. It's all sudden, she said. You just didn't notice. I had lunch with him up to you yesterday. Doesn't matter. Wait, it does. You've been getting too close for comfort. Pardon me. Oh, is everything alright? Canada asked the siblings bickering. Wait, everything is fine, Belcher said. She turned back to Lawrence. right? Yeah, 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 yeah. And I said, you know how siblings tend to get? Kind of looked outside. A few minutes later, Lawrence was watching his dining companions with amusement as they agreed. Canada ordered waffles and Belgium ordered pancakes. Both were watching the other's plate forlornly, itching to take back the preferred breakfast meal. And the Czech said that the pancakes were the best thing she ever tasted, which said, oh, Belgium. She and them exchanged a few words of French before they each angrily took a bite. The other's like, it's just, it's kind of, yeah, what's it? Netherlands smirked, knowing exactly what had happened. Tried checking it confused. International pride thing there. Said, check that. They just compared their own recipes. Like, check that. What did he just say? Belgium was. Check that on both Belgium, Canada was. Said, you each make your own batches and judge others you made yourself. Maybe let others judge as well. That's a good idea. Said, to be judges. We can also ask the expert, eh? Check the egg and that. You have no expert. No idea exactly you just got into. You stupid bitch! Never exclaimed as he threw half of the food onto her face and tackled her into the ground. That last part was not added initially. I made it up. Have fun with that. Oh my gosh, that sounds horrid. Chapter 10, Conversations between Introverts. The last chapter I'm doing today, since I just really don't care anymore. Last chapter, because I'm doing these in 5, 6 chapter sequences. Because I can and I will. They were on their way back to the conference room when Kanda noticed that Lithuania was running towards him. He paused when he went unnoticed by the two siblings. The Czech hung back, concerned at the fact that Netherlands and Belgium were arguing in Dutch. It was understandable. Sir Kanda, Lithuania said, coming to a stop in front of him. Do you mind helping me? What's wrong? Kanda asked. Russia. Most normal response we get to hear all day. Kanda nodded in understanding, and Czech shuddered. Lithuania easily melted into the group. It didn't appear as though the two siblings noticed me. So, how have you been? Kanda asked. I've been alright, Mr. Kanda, Lithuania said. You don't need to be so formal with me. It's just Kanda or Master. Oh, I'm sorry, Kanda. Chap cleared his throat and the other two turned to her. So, Lithuania, how do you know Kanda? I used to live with Mr. America for a while, Lithuania said. I met Kanda there. She narrowed her eyes. Remind me again why you were living with America. Lithuania flinching Kanda offered a comforting smile. So what does so exactly what exactly does Russia want? Kanda asked, trying to change the subject. Lithuania looked towards the Netherlands, who apparently was listening. See, as he was looking at Lithuania out the corner of his eye. It's nothing to concern yourself about in Canada, Julian said. Are you sure? I asked, worried about the Baltic nation. Yes, I'm sure. It's normal. I'm glad I'm not you, Czech said. She doesn't bother with Slovakia or I that much anymore. Lucky. Lithuania muttered. Canada looked between the two Eastern Europeans before turning attention to Western Europeans. He still didn't know what they seemed to be arguing about. Czech examining Lithuania and Canada. Both of them seemed to be introverted and seemed to be bothered by silence that had lapsed among them. The silence also gave her time to think. Czech was on to spot Russia, but he wasn't looking at Lithuania. He was looking at Canada. Canada seemed oblivious. She saw as Russia looked at the other nations. Surprisingly, he left. Czech wanted to ask about that, but she figured that Lithuania would freak out, and she didn't want that Baltic freaking out at the moment. It always seemed to annoy her. Moody. Lithuania was happy to be walking with Canada, though he would have preferred to be alone with the Canadian. However, since they were in a group, Russia was less likely to approach them. If it was anything other than what had happened, then Russia would had a problem, but all things considered, she asked him if he was over his crush on Canada yet, and Lithuania couldn't get to Russia. Disaster turned response, which is why he fled. We sure that Russia was the only one that had picked up on his crush. Maybe Estonia. Ukraine's crush was a little more obvious, but Russia wanted him to a crush of his sister. I tried with Belarus, but well, there was a reason why he always voted for Belarus. Except to intimidate her had backfired, and her affection had turned on him. Apparently, Lithuania didn't know who Belarus had liked originally. He suspected she didn't really like Russia. It was all an act of punishment. She there's not one. She was over her previous crush and had moved on to a new crush. Just as she was effective in keeping Russia away. Perhaps he could ask her to help him with keeping Russia away while he got closer to Canada. By the way, Candace said, interrupting Lithuania from his thoughts, have you seen Estonia? Lithuania blinked, feeling just a little bubble of jealousy. No, said why? Candace said. I just want to know if he was having success with my phone, Candace said. He offered to fix it for me. Oh, Lithuania said, relieved. What's wrong with the phone? America broke it. I'm sure it wasn't intentional, Candace said, looking dejected. Lithuania grew worried. The brothers have a falling out. Finally. They arrived at the meeting room, separated to their own seats. Lithuania noticed that Canada was sitting next to Czech, and he felt a little tiny bubble of jealousy once again. Canada and Czech didn't know each other so well yet, so she wasn't a threat. He sat down in his other seat, and was relieved that he still couldn't see Russia yet. For a few moments he could relax. Gentleman's hand was placed on his shoulders and he turned to see America, a strange gleam in his eyes. It's not a little forced. Oh, Mr. America, Lithuania said. Can I help you? I just wanted to know something, America said. Why were you with Maddie? Lithuania glanced towards Canada and he cringed when he saw that he was in between Czech and Liechtenstein. It could be good. I was hiding from Russia, Lithuania said, turning back. I figured that being in the group would be safe. What are the others in the group doing together? America said. Us? Lithuania swallowed nervously for first time afraid. Truly afraid, America. I don't know, he said. I didn't ask. America sighed before he left, and Lithuania sighed in relief. America turned back to Canada, his eyes narrowed. Canada had been blowing them off to spend time with other nations. America couldn't allow that. Canada was meant to be invisible. He wasn't allowed to have any other friends other than him, friends in England, and only because they were family. Something needed to be done. He felt eyes on him, turned to see Mexico glaring at him darkly. His face twisted before he went towards his own seat. He would get Canada alone, and then he would help Canada get to his rightful place in America's shadow. More of the hostility at a later time, said the creator. Well, that was a mouthful of hell. Maybe I should just start hosting more dubbing positions so people could help me with these dubs. So I don't have to waste all my time and energy voicing this. But I torture myself willingly. So might as well do it for the sake of doing it. I'm just gonna do these at 5 chapter intervals as of now, and then grow as more people start talking, or more people start joining these things. Anyways, that's it for the video because I have nothing better to do with my life. Bye!